Alright, this is CVT lesson part 2, Eric Clapton, Miss You for Jesse. So we left off, I'll just kind of do a quick recap here, on the 15B third finger, 15 high E with your pinky, and we're backing the B string to help support what the third finger's doing. It's a pre-bend, we're releasing it. After you release it, go 12B, 14G, and then 12G, pick, hammer to 14, pick 12. So it'd be this. Right? So that might give you the most trouble, is this part here. So take your time at it, you know, work slow, and that will come together for you. Make sure you're bending exact whole step on that pre-bend, and make sure you're doing a full release too. And the next part is 14D 3 times. It's an extension of what we did. 12, 14G, and then 14G again. You'll probably be familiar with this little riff here. It's used all the time by Clapton. Okay, and that's, so you're going to bend the 14 on the G, third finger, back it with the middle, and bar the 12th fret on the B and E in advance. And then you're set up for this. So you're going to pick, bend, and then pick the 12B and 12E. Little trick I want to show you here. When you're bending this, we don't want to hear a release. We don't want it to go, or, so when you bar this 12th fret on the B, make sure that the tip of your finger's touching string 3, the G string. That way, when you let go of that bend, it'll drop onto this finger. Okay, very important, and that's one way to keep your playing clean as well. And then do the bend again, but this time go to the 12B twice. And then go 14 again, bending it a whole step. Let me play it, it'll go. You'll bend it, play the 12B, do it again, go to the 12B, do it again, go to the 12 high E. So then go 15B, whole step bend, 12 high E, 15B, whole step bend. So lots of these unison type bends going on. These are as well, these are B notes. We're going back and forth between bending to a B and playing the actual B on the next string. Except for that, we're bending an A to a B and playing an E on the next one. So, and then this one, we're playing a D, bending it to an E, playing the actual E on the 12E on the high E string. So, page 1 on the first video I did, we were discussing that same concept. So, and then we moved over to page 4. I think we got 2 pages left. Yeah. 12th fret high E twice. Go down, up. 15B, down, pull off to 12. 14G, bend, rest. So you have. So some of these riffs we've already used as well, which is real common, especially for blues. Then 14G, bend, release, and then play 12G, 14D. 14G, bend, release, pull off to 12 this time, and then pick the 14D. Only difference between those two is one does a pull off to the G note here, and one doesn't. The first one doesn't. Really cool run. 14D, bar the 12th fret G and B, and rest. Yeah, I think you'll go quicker to that secondary 14. Okay, then this part, talk about some bends. 15th fret high E, you're going to pick and bend it 1, 2, 3. Then the 4th one you don't, then 1, 2. So 3 bends, 1 not, and 2 bends. That's that part. Go to 17 on the high E, 3rd finger. and then 15 on the high E, bend it a whole step. Pretty cool. Just 2 notes there. And you're actually gonna do that twice, 2.5 times actually. No, 2 times. And then the 15 by itself. 17B, pull off to 15. So. Then we're going to go over to, there's a finger change I think we have to do. "12 high E, 15B, pull off to 12. Sound familiar, right? And then pick 15, 12B, down up. So. "14G, bend, release, pull off to 12. 14D. Let's try that. I like that. Very cool. Knuckle shift down. Take that 3rd finger, go to 14G. And that'll probably be an upstroke there. Let's see. Yep, and then 14D. 12, 14G, bend. And then 12B. Then up on 12E. And then down on 15B. Rest, slide it. So that whole run. Next part, 18. This is some more unison bends. We're going to go 18 on the B, 3rd finger, bend it a whole step, and then go to 15 on the high E. These are basically G unisons, starting with an F note for the bend, bending it a whole step to a G. I put double dots, so this is going to go 5 times. Make sure that whole step's in there, you know. Also, when I'm bending, it's landing on my index finger, so we're not hearing any accidental string noise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do another one with a rest after the bend. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 15 high E, 18 on the B, bend a whole step. It's like a reverse of what you just did, and that's going to go 6 times. You can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or actually I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go to the 15 high E, 17 high E, 17 bend, release, pull off to 15, and then 17 high E, bend. Alright, then 15B, well, let me play the run. So 15 hammer to 17, 15, 17 E, 17 E, bend, release, pull off to 15, 17 E twice, but bend the second one. Okay, and then 15, 17 E, and then 15, 17, 15 E, B, E. So okay, last page, page 5, and we got 17 on the high E and 15 on the high E. We're going to use our 3rd and 1st finger. We're going to go pick the 17, pick the 15, hammer 17, pull 15, and then go 17B, 15E. So it's, and then 17B twice, rest. That would sound like this. "15, 17B, do a bend. So we have. Then hold the bend and go to 15 high E with your first finger. So it'd sound like this. Actually, you're going to hold it. You'll hear them ringing together, and it's really cool. And then go 15 on the B, middle finger. We've got to change up our position a little bit on the neck. That would be 15B, middle finger. 16G, third finger. Slide it to 14. Pick 12G. Pick 14G, bend it though. That's this. Cool little run. And then after that, I lost our place here. Let me see. There it is. Then we go 12B, 14G. 12G, 14D. So it's 14D again, and then go 12, 14G, bend. Pretty cool too for 4 notes. So 12, 14G, bend. Go 12 high E, 15B, whole step, bend, vibrato. So those 4 notes would sound like this. Okay, 15B, this is pretty cool too. I remember this. You're going to go. So 15B, 12, 14 on the high E. Then go 15 high E, pull off to 12. So you would want to leave that index there. No sense in going when you got to come right back down to it. So 15B, 12E. Okay, this part's cool too. 12th fret, G and B, you want to bar it, and you're going to go. It's going to be 6 times of those 4 notes. So 12, 12 GB, 14G, pull off to 12, and 14D. Just repeat that, and that's going to be 6 times. You can get away with doing downs, I think, at this tempo. Experiment with the picking though. If you're having trouble playing it fast enough with downs, you'd want to go up, down, pull off, down, which would be. But I think you can 6 of those, and then do the 12, 12 GB again. Then this. Oops. So another big popular blues run here. 14G, whole step, bend, bar the 12th fret on the B and E. 15, 12 on the B. 14, pull off to 12 on the G. And the 14D. Rest, slide. So. Oops, I forgot our pull off there. So the pull off's on the G. Back to section 2 one time, then to section 3. But that section 3 keeps going on and on. We're about at the end as far as how far you told me minute-wise to go. But I did throw in at 4:03 some of the lead stuff that he was throwing in there, because you wanted up to, what was it, 4:10? I said it on the first video. Yeah, we wanted it up to 4:10, so I know you wanted a few more of these little pentatonic riffs. So here's what you got for that. Pretty cool, actually, because he's doing a whole step and then a half step. So, And those things, when they happen fast, our ear a lot of times can't hear it. We're hearing a bend and we just want to jump to a whole step every time. But this is, you know, something you want to work on. Half steps and whole steps. And then 12-12 on the E and B. 14G bend, release. But it's a half step. And then pick the 12G. And then the 14D twice. And slide and rest. So let's play that whole run from 403. Or like, wait, wrong spot. One more time. And then the last one was just some bending off fret 17 on the high E, whole step. And then the second time you don't bend, you just vibrato. Rest and then go 15E, 17E, whole step bend. Hold it and pick 1, 2, 3, 4 times and then release. And then the 15E. Let's try just that part. This would be from the 17 high E bend. Again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count the initial bend on that 17, count that as 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'll have actually 5 times from the starting initial bend. And there you go. Song was a little different, man, to throw in as a CVT lesson, just due to time restraints, basically. Clapton's throwing in little filler pentatonic riffs through this whole thing, man, in and out. Plus, on top of it, the intro solo, the secondary solo, and then kind of like the solo at the end and everything. But like I said, with a lot of blues stuff, you know, not just blues, but it happens a lot in blues. Everyone has their choice riffs that they use. Blues, typically, you know, you're going to hear a little, you know, I mean, it's blues. So we all play those things, man. But Clapton, you know, you're going to see 2, 3, maybe 4 times just in the parts that I did in here where he's used it somewhere else in the song. That's not uncommon. He's playing how he's feeling it, you know what I mean? And it works. It's cool. It's Clapton. I mean, what else can you say, you know? So anyways, dude, had fun doing it. I'm going to get this sent off to you, and if you have questions, text me or whatever. Talk to you later, bud.